Well, from cross-country skiing to snowshoeing to ice fishing, there are plenty of things to do when Minnesota's lakes freeze solid. But before taking part in these activities, it's critical to be aware of ice safety guidelines. When Minnesota turns into a winter wonderland, some residents are eager to get out on frozen lakes.
Oh yeah, I caught three panfish.
Maplewood's Ya Yang was ice fishing on Peltier Lake in Centerville recently. Yang enjoyed being in the frigid elements, but was also very cautious about ice safety.
Oh, right now it's pretty safe. I drove like field hose, average about 3 inches to 5. It's clear ice, it's pretty safe. But like I say, be cautious, come out here. Don't take the kids yet.
The Minnesota DNR echoes what Yang says.
Correct. Ice is never 100% safe. It's up to every individual to measure the ice and check that it's, that they feel comfortable going out and that it's safe enough with the proper safety gear.
The DNR's ice advice is simple. Be aware of your surroundings and come prepared.
It's still the early season, so we still have generally thin ice around the state. Some of the lakes are thick enough to get out on foot.
The DNR recommends at least 4 inches of new clear ice to walk on. For snowmobiles or a standard ATV, it's 5 to 7 inches. If you're taking a side-by-side ATV, approximately 7 to 8 inches of ice is their recommendation. When snow melts and refreezes on top of a frozen lake, it creates white ice.
Clear ice is different than white ice. If the snow melts out here, it'll form a new kind of ice known as white ice, and that's about half as strong as clear ice.
For cars and trucks, more ice thickness is definitely required.
If you want to take a car, about 9 to 12 inches. If you're taking a truck, a larger vehicle, you want 13 to 17 inches. When you get with the large wheelhouses that can be 30 feet long, you might need about 20 inches of ice to get out there.
Frozen lakes can be popular spots in the winter, but they are not parking lots. According to the DNR, cars and trucks should be at least 50 feet apart and moved every 2 hours to prevent sinking into the lake.
If you take those wrecked vehicles out and they fall through the ice, not only are you risking your own life, but you're also going to have to pay for the damages to your vehicle and pay for the cost to get that out of the ice.
That can be a costly proposition. Vehicle owners have 48 hours to report their car or truck going through the ice, and they must remove the vehicle within 30 days. The tab ranges between 5 and 10K, and their vehicle is ruined. DNR Ice Safety Coordinator Nicole Biaggi says anyone going on one of Minnesota's 10,000 frozen lakes should always use some kind of flotation device and bring ice picks.
So ice picks will allow you to pull yourself out of the water if you do fall in. The ice can be very slippery and you won't be able to get a grip, but with these picks, you can dig into the ice and that'll help you get out.
I always bring tips for you. This is pretty cheap, probably $8 for any store. Yeah, so yeah, must have this.
There have already been several reports of people going through the ice this season. If the worst case scenario does happen, don't panic.
So when you fall in, you have about a minute to kind of calm your breathing, 10 minutes of meaningful movement to pull yourself out of the water, and then you have about an hour or more before you might succumb to hypothermia where you could become unconscious.
Those going onto the ice also need to know that thickness varies on different parts of a lake. Now, the DNR says many factors other than thickness affect ice strength, including air temperature, wind, snow, streams, narrow areas or bottlenecks, sun, shade, fish communities, plant decay, and more.